Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Mr. Florida Flipper. Glad to have you guys back with another episode on my reselling journey. Today I figured we'd pick a couple things and I'd talk about some things that I've been thinking about this past week. So first we'll go ahead and pick those orders. Let's see what we got over here. We're out in the garage again. This is where I keep all my stuff. All right, we got one of these reels right here. I got a box of reels. I've been buying some more reels on Whatnot, actually. I bought a couple of reels, so we'll see how I do on those. I did pretty good on these, actually. I've sold two now. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I sold 3. So I sold one of these that didn't have the spool, and it was a little bit of a cheaper reel. I sold that one for 12 bucks. I sold another for about 40. I sold this one for 42 plus shipping. So that's not bad. It's a Pin Jigmaster 505. So if you ever see those out there in the wild, go ahead and grab that one. Let me just make sure I got grab the right one. I'll have to take a look at the picture. I think that was the right one though. But yeah, I have a couple more of those. I de-lined the first one I sold, and I actually asked the guy afterwards and I said, hey, do you care if they're de-lined or not? And he said, no, doesn't really care. So I didn't do it because it does take a long time to do that. So I just left them like that. I sold that, and then we also sold one of these. They're right next to each other right here. I sold one of these Zero water filters. I found a ton of these at Goodwill. That's actually where I found all of these. They sell really well. I first started buying them. I've sold over 20 of these. I first started buying them and I was selling them for 14. And this is like one of the few items where like over time the prices has gone up. I see other resellers selling them, or just other people on eBay selling them, and it's actually the price has consistently gone up. So I raised it from 14 to like $14.50, then I went to 15. Now I'm selling these for $16.50, and I'm usually getting them. I got 3 in a box for $3.99 at Goodwill. Sometimes they have them individually priced for $2.99, so $3 for one, still a pretty decent profit if you can sell it for $16, and that's free shipping. I think usually after everything's said and done, I usually make about, well, like on the $16.50 now, I probably make about $6, so maybe make $3. I don't know. Hey, a little bit of profit for me. But yeah, these are nice little sellers, so if you see these, pick them up. That is one other item, and then we also sold one of those things, and we also sold some shirts. So I kind of organized my shirts down here. So I have shirts, men's shirts, women's shirts, and then winter shirts. So let me just grab those. I sold these shirts right here. I sold 3 of them together. I live in Florida, so if you live in the South, you might know of Publix, but I found these shirts at a local thrift store for like nothing. I sold these 3 shirts for 15. They're just some Publix shirts. Publix is really big down here. It's like a big grocery store, a fancy grocery store kind of. So if you know about it, you know. So people like to collect and wear Publix stuff, I guess. So there's those shirts. Sold 3 of those for 15 bucks. Not too much, but I think I got all 3 for like $1. It was really cheap. And then I sold the filter and a couple other things, and that's pretty much it. I've had a really slow week lately. I would say this past month has definitely, my sales have gone a little bit slow, a little bit downhill. Nothing too bad. I haven't been listing a lot. That is definitely, it's shown me that listing is key to your eBay reselling business. If you're not listing every day, you're not gonna get sales. I just have been, ever since I got back from my last vacation that we just had, we went up to South Carolina for the week. I have not been listing well. You know, I'll maybe do a couple things here and there, but I'm not doing my 6 every day like I was. So I'm not getting those consistent 4 to 5 sales today. Today I sold 5 things, so that was really nice. That helped out. Especially that reel was 40 bucks. That was nice because I think I bought the reels for $10, so I made $30 on the reels per one. Not too bad. And I think that some of them I bought 2 for $7.50 on Whatnot. Doing a lot of sourcing on Whatnot. As you can see down here, those are my boxes. It's become an addiction. It's become a little bit of a problem. We're gonna talk about that in another video, but I wanted to go over a couple things in this video. So let's start with that. So I wanted to talk about something that I feel like I've gotten enough knowledge. I've been doing this since February, not terribly long. I know I'm not an expert. I don't claim to be an expert, and that's why I'm making these videos. I wanted it to be a journey with you guys, of you guys seeing my ups and downs, my failures. What can I do better? What could you do better? And really help out new resellers and old resellers. You know, sometimes it's good to watch things from a different perspective. But I wanted to talk about a couple things. So I came up with the 5 stages of becoming a reseller. So stage 1, creating an account and selling things around your house. So that's going to be stage 1 of being a reseller. So that's the first step of being a reseller. You create an account. Typically, I would say 99.9% of the time, and probably the best way to do it is on eBay. So I would definitely recommend that. So yeah, definitely recommend starting your account, your eBay reselling journey on eBay. It's just the tried and true reselling platform, secondhand store. That's what it originally was supposed to be. So I just say it's the best way to start. So stage 1, you start selling things around your house that you don't need. I'm still doing that. I still find things that I have that I'm like, I don't need this, and hey, I can make a little money on eBay. Clothes, that's a big thing that you can start easily. You know, I've gained a couple pounds over the last couple of years. I need to work on that. But so I'm selling all my medium shirts. You know, I wear large shirts now. So I sold all my medium shirts, some of my shorts and jeans that don't fit anymore, and things like that. Kids stuff. You know, I have 2 little kids that are growing constantly. I sell their shoes, different kind of things like that. Electronics that you use. I always keep the box for my electronics. Like when I get a PS5 or a Wii or whatever, I always kept the box when I was, you know, growing up. Definitely helps the resale value. So do that kind of thing. Then I step 2 or stage 2 of a reseller is sourcing from thrift stores, Goodwills, garage sales, and buying to make profit. So that would be stage 2, where you're actually going out and looking for stuff. So not just stuff around your house, you're actually going out there and finding things. And then stage 3 is sourcing online from flea markets, creating an eBay store where you actually have a storefront on eBay instead of just like where you have the 250 limit on what you can sell on eBay. That is the limit that you can sell for free, 200 listings a month. Creating an eBay store, and then slowing down your buying. So that is the stage that I'm kind of moving into right now. I have an eBay store. I source from multiple different places, source from online, but I am just now learning to slow down my buying. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in depth in another video, but I was getting out of control with buying. It's so addicting. I think especially for people like me, I kind of have a ADHD personality, or like an obsessive compulsive personality, I would say. You know, I'll go really hard on something for a couple of weeks and I'll put all my effort, all my time, and all my money into it. And then a month or 2 later, I'll be like, I'm done with that. Like during COVID, I got really big into Pokemon cards before Pokemon cards were even big. And then Pokemon cards got big and I went crazy. And then whenever, I would say right when the peak was hitting, I just started not caring about Pokemon cards anymore. You know, I had spent probably thousands of dollars buying packs from everywhere I possibly could. I have binders all organized and labeled, and it's just crazy. And then I just stopped doing it. I've done that with so many things. You know, I'll go really crazy on a video game. I'll go in depth of trying to beat this video game. I'll be like, I'm going to buy this, like World of Warcraft. I got on that crazy. And then I just stopped playing, you know, after a month. So that is a big thing for me. So I'm learning to slow down my buying, making sure that I'm making smart buys and also being able to resell it quicker and not hold on to it for a long time, or making dumb buys, because I have plenty of those, probably a lot of behind me. So that's stage 3. So I'm moving into that stage. I feel like I'm starting to know my way around when I'm going to garage sales, when I'm buying things. I'm learning to control myself when I go out and not just buying. I'm trying to turn myself from being a Hoover vacuum, sucking up everything off the table, making sure I can grab every crumb, to being more calm approach and picking things that make sense to buy, to resell. Because I want this to be a job, so I have to treat it like a job. You can't just buy everything you see on the table that's shiny. So that's stage 3. Then there's stage 4, knowing the best places to source, and you are mastering them. Only buying for profit, Not buying for, oh, this is something that's I think would be nice in the house, or oh, my kids would like this, or my wife would like that. And it's okay to do those things. It's okay to be like, get a good deal on things, because you do, once you go to garage sales and you start buying things from different places and you see how cheap it is, it's like, well, that'd be nice to have for the house, or my wife would like this, or this would be a good Christmas present. But you can't do it all the time. Every time you go out garage selling, you can't always just buy something that you're going to keep. You need to make sure that you're buying 99.9% of the stuff is for you to make a profit on. I do that with my wife sometimes. She'll be like, oh, we should get this. And I'm like, well, shouldn't we sell it? Because it sells for a lot. Like, there was a pair of boots, I think it was Ariat boots, and they sell for like $100. And she's like, oh, my sister needs a pair of boots. And I'm like, well, why are we going to give your sister a pair of $100 boots? Yes, it would be nice, but we should be buying these to resell, because that's what we're doing. This is what we're trying to make it a business, not just something that we're just doing as a hobby. Also, you want to be aiming for, you want to have a goal for your average sale price, so your ASP, which is how much money you make per item. So, you want to have like a $15 average sale price. That means you're not buying anything that you cannot sell for at least $15, or at least $15 in profit. So item you might buy from a garage sale for $2, and it has to sell on eBay for at least $20 because of the fees and shipping and everything like that. So you want to have a goal. I don't have that yet, but I'm working my way there. So that's stage 4. And then stage 5 is selling over 20 items a day on eBay or whatever marketplace that you're most comfortable with at that point, or just across all marketplaces, at least 20 items a day, over $15 in profit, or $100 in profit a day. And I feel like that's a good number, because if you're making $100 profit per day times 365 days in the year, that's $36,000 a year in profit. And I'd say that's a decent wage for somebody that's doing this to make, where you could make it a living. Because I feel like once you get to stage 5, you should be basically trying to make it as a primary business or a major side hustle in your life. So $36,000 a year, it's not a lot of money, but I definitely know a whole bunch of people that can make a living off of that. If you're making $36,000 in profit every year, that's a lot of people don't even make $36,000. Let's be honest, in this country. I know there's teachers out there that make less than $35,000 a year. So that's my benchmark. So you're making a living wage, you're at stage 5. And I'm sure there's probably a stage 6 where you're making this a full-time job. You're making over $50,000 in profit a year, where you're making this like a real career. That would probably be stage 6. But that's my 5 stages of reselling. So kind of find where you are in that stage, and it's kind of nice. I did this because I need goals. I'm very goal oriented as a person. And so when I wrote this down, I was like, where do I fall in this? Be honest with yourself. I'm like, I'm probably in stage 2. Maybe I'm transitioning to stage 3. But yeah, it helps to set your goal and to see where you want to get to. This is Florida Flipper from the future. I just wanted to let you guys know I'm trying to get better at my transitions, but I'm going to transition into Whatnot talk now. So just so you know. Also, I wanted to talk about Whatnot. I think I'm kind of finally starting to figure out Whatnot. I did my second or my third show now. Yeah, this is my third show that I did. And I probably made like $50 in profit. Not that much. But they're always so fun. That's the thing I love about Whatnot. Every time I do it, it's fun. But I finally learned how I need to sell things because of the weight. The last sale I did, I was trying to do flat rate boxes, basically filling them up with stuff. But I wasn't thinking about when you're a new seller on Whatnot. Ooh, I had to come inside. It is 98. I'm looking at my temperature reading from outside. It's 98 degrees outside. Couldn't stand it anymore. I was sweating to death. It's hot in Florida. But like I was saying, I'm kind of starting to learn how to do Whatnot. I was talking about the shipping. So I was putting the things in the flat rate boxes, not realizing when you're new to Whatnot. Here's a little Whatnot tip for new people. You're only going to have a few buyers. Hopefully you will have a few buyers. I've been lucky, I feel like, to have a couple people come into my shows and buy pretty much everything that I'm selling. Not for a lot of money, but for something. So you're only going to have about, let's say, 4 people that are actually going to spend money on your show if you do like an hour show. So everything that you're selling is going to go to those 4 people, and most of it's probably only going to go to 2 people. Whatnot doesn't take into consideration the size of the items, or the, just the overall general, like, height, depth, width, all that kind of stuff of the item. They only take into the account the weight. So if you're trying to ship stuff in flat rate boxes, and you have a big plush, and then you have a whole bunch of other items that seller or that buyer bought, you're not going to be able to fit that into a flat rate box. So what you're end up going to have to do is switch it to a regular box that's weighed by USPS Ground Advantage, and the shipping is going to be a lot more. That's what the problem I keep running into. So I think the best tip I can give you is, and I should have known this, I've seen other sellers, I was just trying to do it easy, because there's the one seller I buy from a lot. He'll actually take a picture of each item that he's selling, and then he picks the weight category that that item is going to be. He weighs it right there and then runs it. I just create items, random item number 1, like 10 of those, and they're all the same weight. And I'll create like a weight class. So I'll do 6 to 12 ounces, then 12 ounces to a pound, then a pound to 2 pounds, and I'll have 10 of each category like that. Doesn't work. I think it's better, and it's also nice. I like it because as a buyer, when I go back and look at my purchases, I can go back and see the exact item that I bought because he took a picture of it. Otherwise, it's just a blank picture. There's nothing in the picture. So I'm going to start doing that. I would say do that if you're starting out on Whatnot. Make sure you sell the items individually, or if you're doing them in a group, that's fine too, but weigh them and take a picture of exactly what the buyer's going to get and the weight, because then Whatnot will calculate the weight better. I don't know. That's my opinion. Definitely would help me out if I would have done that in the beginning. I would have made a lot more money. I would have brought in more money. I wouldn't have lost as much money to shipping. I still feel like I did okay. I made money. And it was fun. Like I said, I've enjoyed doing Whatnot. It's a lot of fun. I'll continue to probably do that moving forward. The last thing that I wanted to talk about with you guys was the promoted listing. So last time in the last video, I think it was 1 or 2 videos ago, I can't remember, I stopped doing promoted listings. So I canceled all my promoted listings. I am still promoting a few items. I mentioned in the last one, I'm still going to promote some clothing items, shoes. Like I have these bags over here, a Brighton purse and stuff like that. I don't know, what do you call those? Fashion items, I guess I'll say. Fashion category, I'm still going to promote just because of the sheer volume of items that are out there that are similar. I don't know, maybe promoted will help that. But I did end my promoted listings, and it has been really nice to not have that extra 2% come out every time I sell an item. There's a few items that I've been selling recently, and they're my old clothes, so it's not really a big deal. But one of my things, I think I made 81 cents on a old pair of swimming trunks that I sold. If I would have had the 2% turned on and they would have bought it through the promoted listings, I would have made like 20 cents then. I mean, not that much of a difference, but I mean, hey, 80 cents is better than 20 cents. But yeah, it's been going really well. I would say I'll have to look at my chart next time. Maybe I'll put it at the end of the video, what my sales are like. I think they went down, but I don't think it's because of the promoted. I think it's because I have not been listing. Please, please, if you're doing this, list every day or at least every other day. Make sure you're listing. The goal is for me 6 items per day, and I'm gonna get back on that. And we're gonna see if next month my sales start increasing because of that. And then we can really judge whether the promoted hurt me or helped me. I really don't think it's hurt me. I don't know. I know a lot of people, it's hard to kind of figure out where people stand on that. I think I read something last night that eBay had like 18 million active resellers. Yeah, so I just went and looked it up. eBay has 18 million sellers on the platform, 855,000 stores, eBay stores, and then it has 940,000 sellers use promoted listings. So out of the 18 million sellers, 940,000 use promoted listings. So that's about like 5% of sellers on eBay use promoted listings according to the statistics. So I would say you don't need to use it, honestly. For certain items, I think it makes sense maybe, but for most of my items, I'll say I'm not going to do it. And we'll see. We'll see what does better. I had it on for a long time, and now I'm going to turn it off, and we'll see how much better that is. But I think that is going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I just passed 20 subscribers. Woohoo, I'm so happy. Thank you guys for all of you guys who subscribe. Keep watching. I'm going to continue to make this great content, I hope. I'm going to keep improving. I'm going to keep learning more on how to make content, I'm hoping. And I just enjoy sharing this information with everybody. But I'm going to see you guys next time. Mr. Florida Flipper, out.